Awaken to your truth that you are the I Am presence in harmony with the divine. You are consciousness beyond what the body and mind identify. This is Moment to Moment. Host Lynda Hope will remind and enlighten you to know your divine nature. You were born into the body already aware, but forgot it as you expanded your sense of identity, ego mind, pattern behaviors, and habits. Stop sleepwalking and wake up to your timeless, eternal, formless self. Now, your host of Moment to Moment, Lynda Hope.
Welcome. Namaste to everyone that is listening and watching, or both. In this show, we're going to be talking about something that is maybe on your mind, has been on your mind maybe for a long time, or maybe it hasn't even been on your mind. You haven't even thought about this question or questions. But I think it's an important question to ask. Why am I here? And what is the deeper purpose of all this? Why am I here? Why am I here? Well, if you ask yourself that question, maybe for the first time, something may come to mind. If it does come to mind, it may not be reliable. I think we talked about this in the past with Moment to Moment. It is all about being in the present moment, right? So in this present moment, when you are doing self-inquiry and you're asking yourself, why am I here? We listen to those words, I am, why I am here now. I think that sort of answers the question, doesn't it? The I am presence that we are in this moment is really why you are here. To realize it. To realize that you are the I am in this moment. And yet, we go about life, sort of living a life where we sort of get lost in that question, like, why am I here? Because sometimes we wake up in the morning and we look around and we say, oh no, not another dreary day, or is there any reason why I need to get out of bed? Or I'm not really doing what I need to be doing in this world, and what is it all about, right? Thank you, Courtney, for coming on. And we have some Facebook people as well. Are you wondering about that question? Please let me know. Please give your comments on why you think you are here. Some people say, well, my parents got together, they had sex, and that's why I'm here. And there's nothing more to that. I had a friend, her expression was, life's a bitch and then you die. Not a very happy person to be around, I don't think. We ask these questions about our existence here, and if we're lucky, we ask deeper questions. I remember being a student, I guess it was confirmation class I was taking, and I asked the rabbi, I said, okay, Rabbi, I know there's a God, but who created God? And why do we pray? And so that was those two interesting questions. My rabbi was not happy that he was happy. He was trying to answer the questions, but he couldn't quite give me the answer that I was expecting. I was one of those students that wouldn't, I wasn't asking superficial questions. I was pretty intense in my questioning. And I thought the rabbi had all the answers. Maybe some of you also felt that your clergy had, your priest or minister or chaplain or guru had the answers to your questions. Yeah, the deeper questions. We find that we look outside ourselves for those questions, thinking that we're going to find the answer and we're going to ask the right person and they're going to give us their opinion. Huh, right? Oh, thank you for this comment. I have, I thought you were just saying I'm here. I'm here to make people. Oh, okay, friends. Okay. I've got some wonderful comments here on the sidebar. But yes, why am I here? And that could be a very superficial question. You're right. Why am I here on WLTK-DB radio? Yeah, that's another, right, another point. It's very, the question was not very succinct, but why we are here is a deeper question of our existence. Let me clarify. So why we're here, is it to learn life lessons maybe? Give me your comments. Write down your comments. Why are we here? If we're here just to do our job, to have a family, we're born and then we, live a life. Some of us more successful than others, happier than others, maybe more fulfilled than others. And then there is a time period, right? There is a limit to how long this body can maintain itself, and then we die. And is that all there is? So if you are asking yourself those questions, like this one Facebook user says, he says, I always wondered why I am here. Why I am here. One person says to help people heal. Yes, to heal, to help be of service. We do look at how can we better the world through our presence in it, right? Yes. Somebody says, I think we are here to not only teach ourselves, but also others. Yes, right. Because what we learn as we grow through life experiences, we want to share that with others and be a light to others. But how do we achieve that? How do we look within ourselves and do some self-inquiry? Because I truly believe that through my life experience, the knowledge, the wisdom that comes from this present moment that appears in this silence is all coming from a place that is really holy and godly in so many ways, because it feels like it comes from this place of consciousness, which is ultimately greater than the mind. Our human mind, our ego mind can be very limiting in its perception and its understanding of ourselves in the world and our purpose in the world. I have another comment here. Courtney, yes, we are here to have feelings and to feel what it is like to have a consciousness. I believe that's the word you wrote, right? I'm not sure. But yes, we're here to feel feelings from the human dynamic. Yes, we have feelings. Keith, you say, what did you say? Good evening. Yes, consciousness, Courtney said yes. Consciousness is the key. How awake are you now in this present moment? Can you truly be present? Because that is really the key to understanding these deeper questions, because you are tapping into source energy. You are tapping into something very authentic, which is really your essential self, beyond the mind of the personhood. And then some people call it person poison, because the person is so habituated and patterned. And so one minute you can believe, and again, belief is also a human function, right? We believe so strongly in certain things based on our past experiences and our our life lessons that we've learned or not learned as we continue to expand and grow as people. But then again, that's limited because it has duality to it. We're living as people in duality. And so one minute we can see it as, oh, wow, that's my deeper purpose. I read this book and I really feel this book resonated with me. And I know I'm supposed to be doing this. Or I asked a friend and their purpose was X, Y, and Z. And now I believe it's X, Y, and Z. Right. So it becomes this, how much information can I gather to find my purpose and to know it before I die? Some people are on this constant search to discover it. And they're taking it on authority, really, from somebody else. Somebody else will give me the answer that I'm waiting for. I just have to stay here to receive it. And then again, are you looking outside yourself for that answer? Or are you really turning your awareness inside to where you are aligned with source energy? Some people say God, some people say universe. Are you able to stay in this place of presence as presence and allow yourself to understand the deeper meaning behind this? And is there a deeper meaning? I think as people, we are really always looking for this sense of value within ourselves and a purpose, because we're very much looking for something greater out there. We're looking for miracles. We're looking for enlightenment. We're looking for something because there's a lack within ourselves. The ego mind is always looking at not enoughness. I'm not enough. I can't succeed. Or I'm working very hard to succeed. Or I'm attached to an identity with a certain desire and want in this world, and I have to achieve it. It's the doing part of the human dynamic that we're so fixated on. And we work and work and work and work hard, day in, day out, to achieve something, to give us a sense of joy and happiness in our life. And then we realize that what we're really doing is hoping other things will make us happy. Other things will give us a deeper meaning. Other things will be more fulfilling. You know, we're not human doers. We're human beings. Beings. Casey also said human doer versus a human just being. Yes, yes. And then there is that, like, okay, Casey, yes, spiritual being having a human experience. Yeah, well, we are spiritual beings. The essence of really the true nature of us is the knowing that we exist and that we are of the divine, one with the oneness consciousness of the universe that constantly gives us and reassures us and affirms us of the truth of who we really are by just our experiencing it for ourselves. And you need to experience it in your own life. You need to see the human dynamic and the being dynamic of both sides of you and be able to integrate it. And in a sense, that is your life lessons. Why are we here? Well, yes, we may believe we want to learn these life lessons. Why? So that we can ultimately know the truth. And there's only one truth. The truth is presence, that we are presence, and that we have unity consciousness within this beingness of this present moment. And to affirm that in our daily life as we go about, as the form living in this experience, is to elevate this planet to this place of consciousness. So would you say that that's our deeper purpose? Would you say that's our deeper purpose? Write it in the box. Oh, I see Courtney. Yes, balance. Absolutely. The balance, the integration is so beautiful. So I'm going to present today 3 of my favorite teachers, Deepak Chopra, Muji, and Eckhart Tolle. So please get your pen and pencil ready because I'm going to present their beautiful views on why we're here and what our deeper purpose is right after we honor our sponsors by taking a short break. Stay tuned to Moment to Moment. Be right back.
Looking for a holistic solution? Look no further than LimestreetWellness.com. Lime Street Wellness is a full-service Reiki therapy center offering in-person and distant Reiki sessions. Additionally, Lime Street Wellness is committed to helping clients co-create healthier outcomes with hypnosis, QHHT, and intuitive advice. Lime Street Wellness is committed to helping all that are seeking to co-create better health, peace of mind, and greater freedom. Reiki Master Kevin Mackey uses energy medicine, hypnosis, mindfulness, and intuitive guidance to assist in uncovering, understanding, and removing any blocks or energy cords or mental mindsets that may be intruding and causing needless suffering. Visit Lime Street Wellness today at LimestreetWellness.com. That's LimestreetWellness.com.
Welcome back to Moment to Moment. I'm your host, Lynda Hope, and I hope you are finding this information that I'm sharing a little bit interesting, or maybe even awakening to your full potential of who you are, and to point your way into that place of stillness, into that place of presence that you are here now. This is all about the now, right? Absolutely. The power of now, Casey. Yes, the power of now is what Eckhart Tolle talks about. And he also has the book Stillness Speaks and A New Earth. And it is a valuable tool, more so that it really calls to the nature of your being. And by being aware now and not allowing your mind to take you into the projection of the future or to reminisce or regurgitate the past, but to actually be here present is such a gift, as they call it, the present, a gift to yourself. The past is history, the future is a mystery, the present is your present gift, as you've heard that, I'm sure, before. And to reawaken that sense, this aliveness within your being, that this is ultimately your purpose. The purpose is to find your essential self, so that you are no longer on the karmic wheel, that you no longer have to live your lifetime after lifetime after lifetime to wonder, why am I here and what am I doing? And to be unconscious. Because a lot of people these days are walking through life pretty much sleepwalking, being manipulated by their pattern behavior, by being controlled by an ego mind that tells them all kinds of things, and they actually listen. And they listen to their mind, and they tend to go a little bit crazy in many respects, because the ego mind likes conflict, and it likes judgment and comparison and blame and you name it. And it likes to hook itself always to something of a challenge. And it also likes to push other people's buttons. And you will find yourself, if you are in your egoic mind patterning behavior, you will find that reflected back to you daily. And actually, in the moment, you'll find yourself either in conflict or resolving some issue that keeps reoccurring over and over and over, and you wonder why. Why does this keep happening to me? I don't understand. Why am I, being ridiculed, or why are people treating me this way, or what? So it's always why, which comes back to why we're here. We're certainly not here to live a menial life. We're certainly not here to just be experiencing what people expect us to be, other people's expectations of who we think we are, right? Have you ever felt like you had to live up to somebody's expectations of you, or you had to be a certain way to please other people? And it's a very common thing to want to be, I think they call that a people pleaser, to be a certain way so somebody will like you. And I'm sure a lot of us have felt that. I know I felt that when I was in school, when I was a younger child and pretty naive. I always like to tell people that my mother said not to do that, or kids hated me for my goody-goody attitude. But I had to learn from that. I had to grow from that. And if people were being nasty to me, I did feel like a victim. Maybe I was born with the wrong name. My last name was Wenner, so people would call me Wiener Schnitzel or Pick a Winner, or all that crazy things that kids would do to you, And then you'd sort of sit and take it. And at that point in your life, when you're growing up and you're feeling like you are the victim, and you feel poor me, it doesn't feel good. And somehow you learn from those experiences, and you mature. And then you grow. And then you become an adult, and you get married, and you go back to your high school reunion. And what happens? Well, you feel like you're back in high school again, and you see that one person that you didn't like, and you feel like you're right back there again, because that's how the mind works. It's a very funny thing to watch. And when I say watch, that's what we are. We're the observer of our mind and our thoughts and our emotions and our sense perceptions. And that's where our consciousness really is the strongest. When we observe and when we can witness all of that and not attach to it. Because attaching to it means that you are forming yourself back into this person, and it's all going to be a patterned response that you're going to give. You're going to look at that person that you didn't like in high school, and you're going to start a conversation. It's like you never left. Right? But if you can look at that person without any past reflection on past memory, and just look at them and honor them as a reflection of you, then that's being conscious. That is being conscious. And sometimes, obviously, we can see ourselves as going in between that. We can see our mind habituating and throwing all kinds of projections and making commentary, right? Commenting. And the next minute, we are so awake and just without thought, so clear and so powerfully awake, and in a sense of complete love, just feeling the love for everyone, because we know that's all there is. Love, 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 love. Thank you, Courtney. Yes. All the love and all the hearts. Yes. Because love is our dominant vibration. So if you want to say why we are here, maybe it's also to be love. Be love. And again, that's part of consciousness, right? That is your awakened state. Because if you're not in love, you're in fear. You're in anxiety, you're in fear. And there's so much fear going on in this world today. So many challenging experiences that we can throw ourselves into if we want to. We can create a lot of trauma. We can. But we can also create harmony. We can be the harmony. We can be the loving presence that a lot of people need in this world. Just by showing up in your conscious state, you are affecting change in the world because the universe wants us to wake up. The universal consciousness, that's our oneness field. That is, and to feel the oneness with all in that place of presence is really the ultimate purpose. That is our ultimate purpose. So I'm going to share now my favorites as they express what I just expressed. And feel free to take notes. So in between, I'm going to go back and forth. And please, any comments are welcome. So the first one is Deepak Chopra, I believe. And it may take a couple of switches to get this shared because it's a little interesting. So I'm going to go to Windows. I'm going to go to my screen. I'm going to share that, and I'm going to bring up Deepak. There we go. Hmm. So I love what he said. Oh, so much content just in 6 minutes and 38 seconds. It's so beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Some people said they couldn't hear him. So you couldn't hear him, huh? Oh, no. We had some audio difficulties in this clip. Oh, well. Okay. Are we going to be able to hear it again if I do it? I don't know. So let me just say what he said if you didn't hear him, but you saw his beautiful face, right? I hope you did. Yes. Deepak talked about Dharma, higher purpose, unity consciousness, and true identity. And he feels that the fulfillment of our purpose here is our unique abilities. It's our unique ability to share our gifts. And as a creative force in this world, we all are here to share our gifts and to be of service and to align with, he says, the universal consciousness that we are. Yeah. So somebody said we can use the caption later. So that's beautiful. Thank you. Now, Muji is also one of the amazing leaders here. And Muji's going to talk, and I'm going to try to show him, and hopefully this will go through. So let's see if I can bring him up and we can share what he has to say. So let's try that. So I think that you heard that. Is that correct? I hope you did. Muji is one of my favorites because he really captures the knowing that we are all presence. And his self-inquiry, he is a teacher in Portugal, is also in India. He has an ashram there. And some people said they read it. Okay, good. And he has an ashram, and he's amazing in his approach, because self-inquiry is all about going within and seeing your really the essence of who you are from a moment in the moment without thought. So what he does is he leads you through exercises to leave your thoughts. He'll say, leave your thoughts outside and leave your idea of who you really think you are outside, so that you just are here without any emotion, thought, or sense perception. And knowing that sense of, as you become deeper and deeper and deeper in that place, in the stillness, in the silence, there is a sense of expansiveness that you feel. And it is the silence even between my words that you can sense the infinite and the oneness field. There is just that knowing that you exist, and that your person is not even in the picture. I find that the more I am in this deeper place of consciousness, the less noise, mind chatter happens. And there's such a quietness and stillness that you can't really explain with words, because words are concepts. And as people, we understand the concepts of this world, right? and the belief systems and our pattern behavior. We understand that that's all form, and that is limiting. It's a limitation. This body is very limiting, right? But in the formless dimension of being, there's no need for this body. There's no need for the ego mind. In fact, it's not even seen. It's not in this higher dimension, or they say deeper dimension of knowing. So the place of deeper knowing that you are here as the I am presence is profound. And I love that we can take this moment and not worry about it. I was showing the video, and there were so many beautiful comments on the side. I can't hear, but I can read the text. I can read it. That's okay, right? Another beautiful awareness that no matter what is happening in this moment, could be a technical difficulty or something else, that there is a knowing that everything is perfect the way it is. It's just perfect. Maybe it wasn't the way you expected it to be, but it was perfect. And that's where the present moment has so much meaning. And that if you can allow whatever it is to be seen and not want it to be different, then you've really reached a beautiful place in this as life itself, as knowing that you flow with life, that life is coming through you, and that you're in harmony. And you're appreciative of it. You're appreciative. Okay, so we didn't hear Muji, we didn't hear, Deepak. But guess what? We got the essence. Maybe it was supposed to be silent. Hey, whoa, maybe that was the deeper truth. We don't need to hear the words. We don't need to hear the words, because the words are just getting in the way. It's all about who we really are. In the I am presence, there are no words to explain it. Courtney, thank you. You said it was peaceful. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Because we are so conditioned. I guess that's a good word, right? We are so conditioned as people. And we're conditioned, and we're in the noise all the time. And we keep the TV running all the time. I know some people who turn on the radio and the TV and read a book all at the same time. I mean, I don't know, right? But for those who understand what it means to, or the feeling of what it is to be peaceful, full of peace, to be in that sense of peace, there is no words again. And we just feel that sense of calmness, the higher vibrational joy that comes through there. As Muji would say, it is our perfume. Love is our perfume. Joy is our perfume. And it's that knowing that that's our deeper purpose, is to discover something that is deeper and or higher, whatever word you want to say, that resonates with you, but something beyond the mind and the physical body. Beyond it, bigger than, more expansive. In our life, that's what we're searching for. Some of us who have been searching for a long time have different practices, spiritual practices. We have teachers that I've gone through so many teachers. I went through Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, law of attraction. I thought that was it. That's it. Oh, I can manifest my reality. I know how to do that. I'm a big manifester. And part of me loved that concept. I loved it. The ego loves to know it's in control. Oh, loves to know it's in control. So if the ego can say, I can do that, oh, wow, give me the tools. I'm all on board for that one. Yeah, I mean, the ego loves to be in charge. And I remember going to many of the conferences for Esther Hicks. And not that there is not some really deeper lessons in that. Absolutely. The going with the flow, being in harmony with the universe. Many of those principles are very much in alignment with oneness consciousness. And we do create our reality, but that's not all we do. And we are strong creators, and it's a wonderful thing to be a creator, but not to get the ego mind involved in the process, because it does have a way of carrying us off into the woods and down the rabbit hole, as I would say. As a person, a younger person, I can say that that was a big thing, because my talent was singing and dancing and art and everything creative. And I would say that I loved all of my creative skills and talents, but it was very challenging, I would say, to control my ego mind, because my ego thought it was pretty important. And any audition, I was there. Every opportunity to shine and be better than anybody else, that was there too. And as a performer in the nightclubs for quite a long time, in front of clapping fans, that really fed my ego. I had many opportunities to do some famous things or be in the company of some interesting characters. And part of me knew that I couldn't go there. There were many opportunities where I could have gone to Japan and been sold into white slave trading at some point in the 70s, when it was something going on in the world like that. And yet part of me knew not to do that, not to be carried away by people telling you all kinds of things and complimenting you, because that was the tendency for most people who did make it big, who did feel that their talent was important and people supported them. Look at Elvis. Look at a lot of stars who were seduced by stardom, and people who were expecting them to be a certain way. And when they weren't, they fell off the wagon, or they fell into wanting more and more and more and more, and wanting to be better and better and better. And a lot of them ended in not a very good way. Drugs, all kinds of things that they felt they needed as a crutch to help them succeed in a very demanding world that expected them to be bigger than life. And some of us feel that we're not enough. A lot of us feel that we're not enough because, again, it's the ego that tells us we're not enough. The ego will say, I don't measure up to that person, or I'm better than that person. It's both extremes, because it's duality. We're both extremes. And I can show them this and blah, 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 and I have a better point of view than they do. And whatever it is, whatever your weakness is, you could have an overinflated ego about your looks. You could have it about your intelligence. You could have it about your ability to, whatever ability you feel that you exceed in. You want it to be powerful. You want it to be greater than somebody else. And that's where competition is good and not so good. And we need to really look inward. We really have to be conscious about what the mind is telling us and how it's informing us and leading us to do things that, if we believe the mind, can do some very harmful things. And again, if it's not out of love, it's out of fear. And the fear is usually not being worthy, not being valued. And we have a big epidemic with low self-esteem in this country. Too many people wanting to show others how important they are. And that's why there's wars. That's why there's all kinds of disputes and separation. We separate ourselves out because we think our opinion matters more than the other person. And if we would just know that that's the ego, we would be able to wake up a little bit, and we'd be able to say, yeah, that's not our true self. Anytime we're building separation in the world or causing challenges to happen or being in an argument or having our buttons pushed, we are unconscious. The minute we realize that our buttons are being pushed and our body is feeling distress or agitated, or our heart's pumping, or our indigestion is off, we have to wake up. Because guess what? You are responsible for your relationships. For every single relationship that you have, you are 100% responsible. 100% responsible. And why do I say that? Because if it's only one of us here, you're it. And we're all one. And if one of us wakes up and knows our truth, more people are going to wake up because we're all reflecting each other. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Keith. Wow. And thank you for sharing this. I need to hear this. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And as we continue to awaken through hearing this podcast or hearing other people's podcast, I would suggest please tune into Mooji, Mooji on YouTube, and tune into Deepak Chopra, and tune in to Eckhart Tolle, and listen every day and allow their words to penetrate and to awaken you, because that is our deeper purpose. That is why we're here. We're not just here to live a mediocre life that's filled with challenges every day and fires to put out and the ups and downs of life. What a bore. What a complete bore. And it doesn't make sense. If you really, truly think about it, ladies and gentlemen, this is really, it's so silly. This is all a funny play. We are all experiencing a play in our reality. And everybody experiences that play differently, don't we? My perception of the world, my living in this life as life, is quite a different level of consciousness than other people who are just barely getting by, looking for the next job, trying to figure out their life, what their life is, at a very low vibration. And there's so many different vibrations in between, and so many different levels of understanding. But isn't that exciting? Isn't this all exciting, though? It's all exciting because you are the only one that needs to get it. You are the only one that needs to awaken. You do not have to awaken anybody else. It's all up to you. Isn't that exciting? Because you have the potential. You have the ability, and you can do it. And I'd love to bring anybody in that wants to talk at this point. Barb, do you want to talk? Raise your hand. Or Larry, yes? I'm going to bring Barb. Barb, would you like to talk into the, yes? I'm going to bring you in. Hi, Barb.
Hi, how are you?
Great, how
Lynda,
are you?
I have a great sense of humor, and it's the truth. It's all about love, and it's not about fear. And if you really put the love in your heart, you don't have fear. But I think it's also what you create. You create your own life. And if you have to take responsibility for your own life. No one else can take it. So once you learn that, you have the tools to do what you want to do, what you feel you should, what you feel you choose, but you want taking responsibility, and then being open to new ideas and new ways. And I think the way that you blended everything with Deepak Chopra, Bucci, and whoever you put on is very interesting. And Eckhart Tolle, it all goes together. There's all a flow in it. And I think you will learn from each one. And each one has an idea. And each idea brings it together. And it's a flowing stream that brings it all together and makes everything wonderful and delicious. And I think every day you learn something different.
Yes. Yeah, and
Taste.
we do learn everything. But you are ultimately love. That's all we are, really. From a
Thank you.
bigger perspective, Barb, you are all love, and I love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. I love you too, Lynda.
All right, you be good. I'll talk to you later. And yeah, Barb is a light, and oh, she is a love, and always smiling. And so it does wear on your face, right? Or it doesn't wear on your face. Because when we say we light up the room, or where our smile radiates and our joy just streams forward, and people can feel that. I was so happy today. It was so reflecting back to me. I went into I went in to look at my car today. The warning light, the engine light came on, and I just knew that there was no problem. But I did make an appointment and take it in, and I walk in and saying hello to Ryan. I'm saying hello to Brian. I'm saying hello, and they're all saying hello back. And it was like, hello, hello, hello. I know that you can feel that too. When you walk down the street and all of a sudden people are smiling back at you, and you're feeling, wow, this is a happy day. That is really validation in your energy field. That is what you're feeling right now, and you're exuding that energy. And then sometimes you're tired. All of a sudden you're tired. Like today I had like an interesting emotional part of my person just started feeling emotionally overwhelmed. For some reason, there was a tightness, there was an emotional, something that had to be, who says this, burped up, burped out, because it wasn't serving me. There was some kind of energy entity. I think it was called a pain body. Yes, Eckhart Tolle talks about it. Sometimes you get this pain body that won't let you go. That won't let you go. No matter, all of a sudden, it just grabs you. It could be an unconscious thought. It could be just a fear. Mostly it's a fear of the future, right? Because most of the time, if we're in fear, we're in the future. We're worrying about it. We're sort of agitated over the possibilities of it, right? And all of a sudden it grips you, and it starts, it's like a little entity, and you don't know, but you feel it in your solar plexus. Yeah. So I felt it in my solar plexus, and it brought me down. It really leached my energy. It really did, until and it was interesting to feel that, oh, I was out of balance. I was out of harmony. I was in my form. I was being gripped by my form and my mental state, and I was watching it play out. And then all of a sudden, it was like the break of the clouds. All of a sudden, the clouds parted, and I was just here again. I was just present. And I felt the lightness come through, and I felt the sun shining through, even though it was a dreary day. There was just, and the colors just came alive again. And I went, here I am. Here I am. Again. Again. And that's what it is. Day in, day out, to be knowing your truth, to remember, to remind yourself every day in the moment, in the morning, first thing, when you wake up, set the tone, set it, say, hey, thank you. I am in unity with you, God, universe, source. I am with you now, and I'm grateful. I am grateful for the moment. And may I, throughout this day, continue to be present. You know, we talk about prayers. Some people say, what, are you going to pray to yourself? Because you're our God, you are source. So who are you praying to? Yourself? In a way, people can say, yeah, well, yeah, I'm praying for the best outcome. I am praying for the ultimate outcome, to know my truth, to know that I am source energy, to know that I am able to express it and be that in the moment. And that's all I can do is be present in the moment, because that's all there is, really. If you can just continue moment to moment, moment to moment. That's why I named the show Moment to Moment, to remind myself that moment to moment, to be present. And we know when that is fully expressed, we can feel it. We can feel the joy. We can feel our love. We can feel our heart open. And we can feel so blissful. And yet we can watch those dynamic plays too. We can feel the fluctuation of that as well, or we can witness it, mostly witness it. And then we are so happy that we can just be and not do if we don't feel like it. Yeah, why do I have to do anything right now? And as I continue to know that, my identity starts to leave. And some of the things that I've been working on as a person has disappeared off the internet. It's gone. It's like perfect. The universe is showing me you don't need any of that to tell you who you are anymore. You don't need your projects. You don't need anybody, calling you to do this or that or work on this or that. You don't need to be doing that anymore. And that's showing up so well. And it's amazing. So if you can let go of things that don't serve you, it's a blessing. Years ago, when my house caught fire, my daughter was 1.5 years old. We lost the house and all the stuff in it. We rebuilt. It was a blessing. Again, I looked at that as important because universe is showing me, do you need that? Do you need all that stuff in your life to be who you are, to be joyful and happy? Do you? Do you purge? Do you get rid of things you don't need? Try it. Let go of things you think identify you or keep you locked in your form. Let go of it and just be the truth and allow that to come through you and enjoy your existence. Enjoy sharing your consciousness with others, waking other people up to their joy. And go dancing. I have a group I dance every Sunday. I go dancing because that really gives me such fuel for fun. Fuel for fun. What brings you fun? Because life's supposed to be fun. Yes, it is. When you're not having fun and you feel drab, it's time to elevate. Wake up. Be grateful. Be grateful. Center yourself. Walk in nature. Feel into your heart space. Meditate. Do what you can and elevate you, because you're only responsible for you. And don't blame your mood on anybody else, and don't blame your happiness on anybody else. Because if you do, it doesn't get you anywhere. Certainly not. It doesn't help you. It doesn't help anybody else around you either. So we have 1 minute left. It's been a joy to be with all of you. Thank you for all your comments on Facebook and everywhere and on the site. Please also, every Tuesday, 7:00, I'm here. Next Tuesday is Valentine's Day. I will not be here because I am going to be live with my honey. And I hope all of you are also live and present with your beautiful friends and family, if you can, and be in the love. Share your love. Don't hold back. Be unconditional with it and see how life unfolds for you. And thank you so much, Keith. And I will look for many blessings to come your way as well. Blessings to all. Let's be a light and love to the world. Let's change this planet for the better. And as we continue to elevate in our energy and our consciousness, yes, let's all share in that oneness together and know there's no separation, There's only one. So again, see you next Tuesday on Moment to Moment. I'm your host, Lynda Hope. Blessings to all.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.